What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Game Night YouTube channel. Today's video, guys, we're doing a playthrough of Iron Helm with the brand new and very last character that will ever be added to the game, Grubrot, guys. So Grubrot is a character that is going to come with the Underquest game, which is coming out sometime early next year. Jason and I have been hard at work playtesting the game and making some balance changes. And of course, he's invited me in to lend a hand with that. And it has been my pleasure and an absolute blast helping him work on that game and just get some loose ends tied up. So that way the game can release in another crowd sale and come out to you guys, fingers crossed, sometime early next year is what it's looking like as of now. But one of the cards, again, that comes with that game that I am very fortunate to have is Grubrot, guys. So I think this is maybe one of only like 3 copies or something in the world right now of Grubrot that exists. So this is so cool. You guys will get to experience this with me here for the first time. This is gonna be my first time ever playing as Grubrot in Iron Helm. He looks creepy. He looks really cool, man. I love the Skeletor colors to his clothing. Really cool stuff. He actually almost kind of reminds me of the Death Warden boss from Underquest, but like maybe before he completely died and turned into a skeleton. He's almost there. He's almost there at this point. So yeah, I love the way he looks. This vibrant green, lime green is just popping off of the card, especially against that sort of pink background. So good, man. The artwork is incredible. So we're going to be playing as Grubrot. We're going to be heading into the Howling Abyss dungeon deck. I feel like the Howling Abyss dungeon deck is a little more similar to the dungeon deck in Underquest. So I know you guys are fiending for Underquest content, and Iron Helm is very similar, obviously, to Underquest, since Underquest is a successor to Iron Helm, with some new additions, obviously. So you'll kind of get your fix here on that style of game. So we're going to go through the Howling Abyss dungeon deck. Also, I'm using a couple of the expansions. So I'm using the Beast and Burdens expansion. That is going to add some new plot cards to the deck in the form of these mini bosses here. So they'll be in the deck. I believe it also adds some new enemies to the game as well. I think it's 6 new enemies. Like we've got like the Unblessed from the Beast and Burdens pack. We've got the Octahedron, and of course you can tell by the little icons up in the top corner there. So there's some new enemies that are added in that are pretty nasty to deal with. We've got our standard potions. We've got a bunch of loot here. I'm also using, what is that pack? It's another pack. I think it's the Fanny Pack. Adds some new cards to this. We've got Fanny Pack cards in here. So we've got all of that stuff going on. So we got a bunch of loot. I think I have the, wait, do I have the Fanny Pack? I might be lying to you guys. Do I have the Fanny Pack in here? Yeah, I think Greedy's Wayhander is a Fanny Pack card. Pretty sure Undeath Potion is a Fanny Pack card. Yeah. So we got that going on too. There's a bunch of enemies as well. We got the classic 3 bosses, of course, because we're just going through a base game of the dungeon. We also have all of the added skills. We've got the Afflictions cards from the Beast and Burdens pack. So this is kind of like Scourges in Underquest. So I figured I would add those in too. So we kind of get that type of, mechanic in there that's also similar in Underquest. But then we're also playing with the Realms and Relics expansion, which I've rarely used on the channel, and I really should use it more often. It is very neat. It adds these environments and artifact cards. So with the environments, at the beginning of each dungeon level, you randomly draw one of these environment cards. There are 9 in total, and it's going to augment that entire level of the dungeon. Very neat. I love this idea. I think this is so cool. I want to experience more of it, and we're going to do it today in today's video. Also, it comes with these artifact cards, which are like very special, powerful items and, like artifacts, essentially, that you can get, loot cards that you can get. So we're going to add those in as well. And I believe that is pretty much it, guys. So let's go ahead and get our character set up and ready to go. So we're playing as Grubrot. It feels weird. I've been playing so much Underquest, playtesting it. It feels weird not to have a race, a class, and a familiar. So I'll have to get kind of back into the swing of things of Iron Helm, because the 2 games do play differently. The combat and stuff is different. But I should be able to pick it right back up. I've played more Iron Helm than probably anyone on the planet. So we've got Grubrot here. He's going to start with 13 health. So let's go ahead and start setting that up. So he's got 5 here, plus 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3. There we go. I will say too, let me set these other ones. I'll just set these, I'll set these up here out of the way. I will say too, actually, you know what? I'm going to set these gonna set these off to the side somewhere, guys. These are gonna get in my way. I'm gonna put them off to the side. Can you guys see them if I put them over here? I don't think you can. They're gonna go right there. I will say too, don't get me wrong, I really like the little tokens in Underquest. I've been getting really used to them. But man, these bigger tokens, they do feel really nice. I do like the feel of these tokens. They're both nice, but I haven't used these in so long that when I was setting the game up, I was like, ooh, these feel really good. So we've got 11 here for the energy. It's not grit, it is energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, you know, excuse me if you hear me calling this grit throughout the playthrough. I am in Underquest mode mentally right now. We also have these blessing tokens, which did not make their way into Underquest, so this is a little bit different. I'm going to shuffle those up, and I'm going to put one here. I'm also just now realizing, guys, it's been this long. I'm like, oh, I could set these off to the side. All this stuff goes over here. All this stuff goes over here. I gave myself everything. I gave myself everything. We're starting with maximum everything. Maximum poison. There we go. My goodness, it's been that long. We can hold up to 7 items worth of weight, so we got to keep track of that. You know what? I want an extra cube. Let me see if I have something nearby. We'll use this since it's in easy reach. We're going to use this little duck. We're going to put that there on the 8 to know that we can't go above 7. So we can hold up to 7. Let's see. We also get 1 ration. So we'll go with that. And we get 3 gold. Yeah, dude, I like these tokens. I like these tokens. They feel good. Okay. Cool. And then our trappings, we get the Raven Staff and the robes. So let's go through the freaking mountain of trappings. Also, I can kind of like give you guys a little bit of, this is kind of cool too, because this can serve as sort of like an Underquest like information video too. Since I'm especially playing this to kind of tide you guys over, and because I love Iron Helm, and because Grubrot comes in Underquest, and a few of you guys asked me to play as Grubrot. So one of the changes that I proposed to Jason for Underquest was when you go to the Lonely Troll Inn, and I'm pretty sure this is what we're going to end up doing, you're going to shuffle up the trapping deck, and you're going to draw the top 5 trappings, and those are going to be the trappings that are available at the Lonely Troll. So this is going to get rid of a problem that I find under Iron Helm has, where there are all of these trappings, all of these awesome, unique trappings, but you don't use like 95% of them because there are certain ones that are just always amazing to get, like the robes. Like, where are the robes? Are they back here somewhere? Like like the robes, or is there an Iron Helm in here? Yeah, dude, there's a freaking Iron Helm. The Battle Axe, the best weapon in the entire game. You can just buy it straight from the trapping deck, and then you just trounce everything in the dungeon, basically. So there's just certain ones in here. I mean, even rations are like a go-to that I get basically every time. Where are the ropes? Oh, the Alchemy Satchel, completely insane. Gives you infinite potions when equipped, all potions of 0 weight. The robes, you can avoid a skirmish. So there's just like a handful of trappings that you basically just always pick. So I proposed, hey, why don't we have it to where, Caln at the Lonely Troll only has a certain number of trappings each time. That way, at the beginning of the game and in between adventures, when you go to the Lonely Troll Inn, you'll have a finite option, a finite set of options to choose from. And it'll kind of force you into maybe picking some things that you wouldn't have normally picked. And to remedy an issue that would have come up, there could have been a chance that no weapons were available, so you wouldn't have had a weapon. So I proposed that we change having the weapons tied directly to the class cards in Underquest, so your class will determine your starting weapon, so you'll always start with a weapon, and then you can add on other little trappings to your character, at the Lonely Troll, and there'll only be certain ones to pick from. So to emulate that, I think I'm going to do the same thing today, but we have to have at least a weapon. So I've got all of these in order of gold value, but I'm going to take one for the team, and I'm going to shuffle them up. You know what I'm going to do, actually, guys? Check this out. This is going to be cool. We're going to guarantee that we get a weapon. So we're going to get all the weapons into one pile, like so. And we're going to get a random weapon. Wooden staff is a weapon. We got a bow. We got a dwarven blade. There's so many things that I've, never used, I'm pretty sure. A spetum and the freaking battle axe. I kind of hope we don't draw the battle axe as the weapon. So we're going to shuffle these up, and we're going to emulate Underquest. Here we go. Let's shuffle these up. I think this will be a cool little experiment here. and you guys will kind of get to see what this is sort of going to be like. So one of these, we're going to get a weapon. We'll put the other trappings over here. Then I'm going to shuffle up the rest of the trappings. And I promise we're eventually going to actually play the game in today's video, guys, believe it or not. But this is cool. This is going to be like a hangout, chill video where I'm giving you guys some behind-the-scenes info, you know, also while playing through with Grubrot. So let's go ahead and mix these up. Make sure they're nice and mixed because they were all in order. There we go. One more and one more. And there we go. Okay, then we're going to get 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to make up the shop that we have at the Lonely Troll Inn before we go out on our adventure. So let's see what we get. Okay, cool. We get a dagger as our weapon that's available to us. There's some garlic, a circlet, a studded coif, and a trophy. And also we start with the raven staff and the robe. So let's go ahead and give ourselves that. I should have done that to begin with. Let's give ourselves the raven staff and the robes. I guess we started with a weapon. We didn't need to give ourselves a weapon, but it's okay. It is what it is. You guys, you know, get the gist of what we're doing here. We also start with the robes, which is just completely insane. This is insanely good. One of the best trappings, if not the best trapping. And then we got 3 gold to spend. We can afford basically everything. Let's see what our raven staff even does. It's 2-handed. Whenever you are to gain poison, you may choose to lose health of equal value instead. That's actually really good. And of course, the freaking robes, dude, insane. You may avoid 1 skirmish per level. The OG, the amazing robes. We got a trophy. Dude, this is cool. See, how cool is this, guys? I would never pick any of these. I would never choose any of these in the trapping deck. I would just go straight to buying rations or like a helmet or an Iron Helm or something right now. So we got the trophy. Once per dungeon level, you may reroll all your dice results in combat. That's actually pretty good. That is actually pretty good. I can't remember what character starts with that. It's the... Oh, who is it? I can't remember her name. There's a character that starts with this. The studded coif. Subtract 1 from initial damage. If you suffer a single hit of 4 or more damage, your studded coif breaks. Okay. We got the circlet. Gain an additional 2 health when you drink a health potion. Okay. Then we got garlic. You may discard this card to avoid a single attack from an undead enemy. All right. And then dagger. You must re-roll die results of 6 when a dagger is used as your primary weapon. Dude, I think I'm with the trophy, guys. That's pretty good. I'm going to spend 2 gold. We're going to buy the trophy. So once per dungeon level, you may re-roll all your dice results in combat. That is freaking awesome. We'll put that in our backpack. And I'm contemplating getting the garlic or just hanging on to my gold. I think I'm going to... This could actually be good. You may discard this card to avoid a single attack from an undead enemy. Dude, this could actually be good. This could literally save our lives. I'm going to get the garlic. How cool is that, guys? How cool is that? See, isn't that cool? That's cool. I'm going to put these over here. There we go. That's not the weapons. Okay. Yeah, so that's going to be something that happens in Underquest where, look, I would have never gotten the trophy or garlic otherwise. This is fun. I'm excited. I'm already having more fun. Let's freaking go, dudes. Okay, we also start with the skill Alchemy. So let's go ahead and find the Alchemy skill. We've got an Agility skill proficiency here. So let's get out the Agility skills, and we're going to get Alchemy. Where is Alchemy? Am I losing my mind, guys? Did I not add in the extra cards? Wait, Alchemy. Agility? Alchemy? Oh, wait. Maybe it's not Agility. Maybe it's not Agility? It's not. See, I'm in Underquest mode, guys. I'm in Underquest mode. So we get a Mind skill. Our proficiency is Agility, but we actually start with a Mind skill. That's actually really interesting. I like that. So we gain 2 potions of our choice to begin the game. Okay, that's ridiculous. So let's go ahead and grab 2 potions. Alchemy is a very powerful skill. Also, I will say, potions in Iron Helm, very cool. The alchemy system with ingredients in Underquest, 10 times cooler. So much cooler. I love that mechanic. I think that might be my favorite thing about Underquest is making potions. It is so fun. It is so fun. Okay, so I think I'm going to want to get... What am I going to want to get? I'm going to want to get a health potion for sure. And I think I'm also going to want to get either an antidote, another health potion, or an energy potion. You know what, guys? I'm going to get another health potion. I'm going all out. I'm getting both health potions. We'll shuffle up the other cards. There we go. Okay, potions are shuffled. And we've got our skill right here alchemy. Also, whenever you draw a new potion card, you may draw one extra potion, pick one to keep, and then discard the other. Hopefully I remember to do that. Let's get all the other cards shuffled up, guys. We need to set up the weight for our character as well. We should be good. I think all of our items weigh 1, so we should be at 6 weight. Get these plots shuffled up. So we actually have plot cards in Iron Helm, whereas in Underquest it is encounter cards, which I do prefer. You run into them more frequently, and it adds more of a narrative experience to the game, and it's just more, I don't know, imaginally thematic, I guess, if you could put it that way. There's all these little scenes that you can imagine that you're going through and different encounters that you're experiencing. It's really, really neat. We'll shuffle up the enemy cards as well. I do like the plot card, mechanic in Iron Helm. It serves as a way to push you toward the boss, but I do prefer it in Underquest as in, I was about to call them environment cards, as encounter cards rather. Cool. Okay, we got the enemies shuffled up as well. All of this is good. We just need to shuffle up these last few decks down this way. We'll get the dungeon deck shuffled up. And then I promise, guys, we're going to actually play the game. But it's fun setting up your character. I think that's a neat part of the game, is setting up your character. And it was cool getting to chat with you guys a little bit about some of the behind-the-scenes stuff that Jason and I have been fiddling with Underquest. And it is feeling fantastic, dudes. The game is feeling incredible. It is amazing. You guys are going to be pleasantly surprised when I upload new playthroughs of the game and re-showcase the game coming up in the very near future. So let's go ahead and shuffle up the artifacts, and I believe we're good to go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 weight worth of items over here. So let's go ahead and put that on the 6. Again, we can't go above 7. I knocked my little ducky out of the way. And the goal of the game, guys, to refresh your memory if you're new here, we're trying to gain 10 icons, which you'll gain by resolving these plot cards at the end of each dungeon level. And we're trying to get to one of these bosses over here in order to beat the game. And of course, I put one of these blessing tokens here to remind myself to use my blessing tokens because I am notorious for forgetting to use those. Okay, I think we are good to go, guys. I think we are good to go. So we're going to head out into the dungeon. Of course, we're starting in level 1 of the dungeon in the Howling Abyss, and we're starting at 0 on the morality tracker. Also strange because I'm used to the familiars in Underquest giving you 1 or -1 to start with. So this is very cool. Okay, let's head out, guys. Let's head out into the dungeon here. Also, before we do, we need to flip an environment card and see what the environment is in this dungeon. The Abandoned. The echo of distant dripping water is the only sound you can hear in this long-forgotten mine shaft. Where did everyone go? The arrow trap deals 2 damage to your health, as well as poisoning you. Treat the merchant card as an ambush card, and if you resolve the treasure card on this level, you gain an additional gold. If you resolve the altar on this level, you gain a gold in addition to any other reward, and all enemies on this level that you defeat gain you an additional gold, man. Okay, so we're in an abandoned mine that is dangerous. It's got some dangerous traps, but it is very lucrative. Apparently, it was a gold mine. So we're going to find some extra gold. So let's head out into the abandoned mine. We've got an ambush as the first card. We are, of course, going to do it. You catch your foe by surprise and gain the upper hand. Draw an enemy card. Ignore their initial damage because we attack first. Add 3 damage to our first attack and the dungeon level to the enemy's health. Okay, so we're going to draw an enemy. It is a cave troll. He's going to get 1 extra health, so he's going to go up to 9 health. Okay, so this is going to go to 9, like so. It says that you may avoid this conflict by spending 3 gold. Unfortunately, we do not have any gold. I probably would have. We're going to get +3 to our attack here. I'm going to spend 2 energy. I remembered, guys, it's called energy in this game. I'm going to spend 2 energy. We're doing +3 plus whatever we roll. +7 is 10, and we have killed the cave troll. Let's go. So we're going to discard these up this way. I also like how on the playmat for Underquest, there's a discard pile slot for your grit tokens in that game, like there is for the health here. It still works. This is fine, but I do like that on the new mat. Okay, so we took this guy down. We're going to gain a gold. He's also got a treasure class of 2. So whenever we defeat enemies on this level that gain you a gold, it says that you gain an additional gold. All enemies on this level that you defeat, they gain you an additional gold. Okay, so we're going to gain 2 gold instead. He's got a treasure class of 2, so we're going to get a loot and a potion. The loot is the Explorer's Map. Lose 1 less ration when lost in the labyrinth. So this is like the compass in Underquest, basically. That's going to weigh 1, so we're already up to our max encumbrance of 7. And we're also going to get a potion, and we're probably going to drop it. It is an ice shard potion. Either that or I'm going to drop the garlic, to be honest with you guys. I think I'm going to drop the garlic, to be honest with you guys. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but the ice shard potion is just better. This says that you may discard this card to avoid a single attack from an undead enemy. It's just kind of okay. If we had a character where we were able to hold more, I would hang on to it and it would come in handy, but the ice shard is better, so I've got to make the decision to just drop it. We get the cave troll over here in our graveyard. That is 1 experience point toward learning a skill. Of course, if you get 3 experience points, you can flip them over to learn a skill within your proficiency agility. We need 5 enemies to count as 5 experience points to get a skill that is either brawn or mind. Again, I love Iron Helm. I like the way experience works better in Underquest. I think that's something that's been improved in Underquest. I like it a lot better that you get experience point tokens, and the amount that you get is tied to how difficult the enemy is. Like the cave troll is pretty difficult in this game, or if he was in Underquest, he'd probably give you 2 experience points. You know what I mean? So yeah, I do prefer the way that works in Underquest. Also, it feels weird to not be taking this dungeon card and placing it on a tableau and trying to get quest tokens. Yeah, this is strange. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here. So I know, there might be some concern that some people have had. They're like, oh, Underquest is just the same thing as Iron Helm. It's not. Like, yeah, this core mechanic of the dungeon deck is similar, and maybe some other aspects. Yeah, you're gaining loot and treasure and stuff, but that's every dungeon crawler. But the combat works different. The potion system works different because of the alchemy system. The character creation system works differently. The enemies work differently. They can get abominations that add augments to them and make them more powerful, and there's a crap load of combinations. The way experience points works is different. There's no tableau to gain quest tokens to push through the quests that don't exist in this game. There's so much going on in Underquest that is different from this game. So I point that out to hopefully allay any of those concerns that you guys might have. Both games are fantastic. I honestly recommend getting both because they're 2 different experiences. While similar in some aspects, different enough in other aspects that it's, in my opinion, worth getting both games. Mystical Fountain. Before you stands a grand fountain. You are drawn to it by a potent allure. Your eyes wide open. You cup your hand and ladle the warm liquid to your lips. Let's ladle it, dude. Let's go ahead and ladle. We rolled a 3. It says, what luck. You find 1 gold. Now, I don't think anything happens when we find this place. Resolve the treasure card. Resolve the altar. No. Okay. So we gain 1 gold. We don't gain any bonus gold from that, but we're up to 3 gold now, which is pretty sick. God, it feels so weird not putting that onto a tableau. You discard both of those. Let's keep on going. We've got a skirmish here. I think I want to push my luck. I'm going to push my luck into the labyrinth. Uh-oh. That's not great, guys. That's not great. It says, Drat, you cannot seem to find your way out. Discard 2 rations. You lose 3 health for each ration. You cannot discard. Gain a potion. So we lose a ration, and then we take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Oof. And then we get to draw a potion. And it's a spark bomb potion. And even though this isn't optimal, I am going to drink a health potion. That is going to regain 4 health whenever we discard this card. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to gain our 3 health right back. And that frees up a weight so that we can pick up the spark bomb potion. And I want to put all my potions next to one another like this. There we go. Okay. Cool. Okay, so we're able to pick up the potion, and we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, good. We're still at 7 encumbrance. Okay, we're good to go there. And then the labyrinth is going to get discarded. That was pretty brutal. We lost our ration and took some damage. We got a clearing, dude. Anything can happen in a clearing. Draw and resolve a plot card. In Underquest, clearings will have you draw and resolve encounter cards. And if you push into clearings, you get to draw the top 2 encounter cards, resolve one, and then either put the other one on top or the bottom of the deck, which is really cool. So the clearing's got a little upgrade. We got the passageway. Hey, we're going to get a free icon. You notice a strange rock protruding from the wall. You run your hand across it, and suddenly the ground begins to shake. You stumble to the ground as dust fills the air. When you arise, you notice a secret passage where there once was wall. Draw another plot card, and we gain 1 icon toward finding the boss. Of course, we're trying to reach 10. Let's go ahead and draw another plot card and hope that we don't get a mini boss. We don't. The old woman. You hear a moaning sound from the shadows and discover a lost old woman. She is frail and mutters on about losing something in the darkness. We can help her escape, or we can leave her and search instead. Oh, this is something else too. So you guys are probably well aware. I've made mention of this several times throughout my Iron Helm playthroughs. And if you're not aware, well, now you're about to be. Morality in Iron Helm is a little skewed, actually a lot skewed toward being evil and making immoral decisions. And it's pretty much always the way to go if you want to do well in the game and win. Making the moral decisions is rarely worth the minimal delayed reward that you get later on down the road. So I made mention to that to Jason and laid out a whole spiel about how it was similar in Underquest, and literally listed every card and whether it was best to choose the good option or the bad option, and how it played out, over the course of the game. So we kind of, discussed that, and we have made some changes to that as well. So several of the cards will be a little more punishing that you run into, some encounters that you might run into, a couple of which Jason was kind enough to let yours truly actually design. So a couple of the cards in there are going to be ones that I came up with. It's either going to punish you a little bit for making bad decisions, and a very neat character is most likely going to make a cameo in the game, which I'm pretty excited about. And yeah, there's also some other cards that will reward you for making moral choices. So you guys have that to look forward to, namely a new reward card that I added in that is extremely powerful, that you're going to have to that you'll only be able to get if your morality is really high on the morality tracker. So that's something to look forward to. So in this game in Iron Helm, we're going to go ahead and leave her and search instead. You ignore the old hag and instead look for what she may have lost. Move down one on the morality track. Don't mind if I do. And gain one random treasure card. Don't mind if I do. Let's go ahead and draw. A shield is freaking amazing, but we can't hold it because of the staff. It also weighs 3. Subtract 1 from both initial damage and counter strikes. That is fantastic, but we can't hold it. I'm unfortunately going to have to drop this item. That is not great for grub rot. We gain 2 icons toward finding the boss. There we go. So this is going to go over here in the discard pile, like so. And we're going to move on with our grub rot lives into level 1 of the dungeon. We've got an ambush. We're going to do it. We draw an enemy card, add the dungeon level to their health. It is a pit trap. If resolving an ambush card that was drawn as the first card, you avoid the pit trap. We just avoid it, guys. Grub rot, he walks right along the edge and gets around it. He doesn't leap. He seems a little frail to be leaping over pit traps, so he shimmies along the edge and gets away. We've got the arrow trap here. That is going to do more damage, right? It's going to do 2 damage to our health as well as poisoning you. I think I'm actually going to push my luck then. I think I'm going to push my luck. Normally, I would resolve the arrow trap. Ooh, into a savage encounter. Dang, dude. The mine shaft making me make some tough decisions and pay the price. There is no escaping this vile creature. Draw 4 enemy cards and discard the 3 enemies with the least health. You must fight the remaining enemy that has the most health, adding the dungeon level plus 3 to their health. And if tied, the player chooses. Okay, so he's going to get plus 4 to their health. So we're going to draw. We got 3 health, 7 health to consuming mass. Ooh, the sentinel with 8 health and a fire troll with 10 health, dude. No way. This is a fire dungeon. This is a troll dungeon, dude. There's trolls everywhere. I got a cave troll and a fire troll. That's really cool. Look at these guys. Look at that, dude. That is so cool. I love that. It reminds me of Diablo 2, where like you'll fight champion packs of enemies and they look exactly like the other enemies of that type, but they're a different color. So sick. So this is basically like a champion cave troll almost. He does less damage, but he's got more health. Says you may avoid this conflict by spending 2 rations. Dude, I don't have any rations to spend, bro. I've got no rations to spend. Also, there's no initiative in this game, which is interesting. I really like that, how that's an added mechanic in Underquest. I like the initiative mechanic in Underquest. Okay, so this guy's going to have 10 health plus 4. So he's got 14 health. So we put a 12 and a 2. Excellent. It was already on the 2. Perfect. He does 3 extra damage, treasure class of 2. He's weak to ice. Do we have an ice shard potion? We do. We're going to freaking light that dude up in a second, but he's going to get to attack first, unfortunately. So yeah, this could be brutal. He's adding 3 to his roll. We're not blocking any of it. And he misses, guys. He rolls doubles and misses. Let's freaking go. We don't take anything. I think I'm going to ice shard this guy. I'm going to ice shard potion him, guys. We're going to splash him with the ice shard potion. You may discard this card to deal 2d6 damage and plus 5 damage to foes weak to ice. So since he's weak to ice, we're going to get plus 5 to our roll. We need 7 or better here. I'm sorry, we need 9 or better. Kind of a tall order, actually. We got 10, dude. Plus 5 is 15, and he's got 14 health, and he's dead. Let's go. Oh, baby. I love me some Iron Helm, dude. Let's go. Okay, we took him down. This is going to go over here. We're going to get 2 gold to get completely destroyed. We also get an extra gold because we're in the abandoned mine shaft here. Dude, we got so much gold. Are you kidding me? We got like 6 gold right now. And then he's got a treasure class of 2. So we're going to get a loot, and it is, bam, the field guide. Also, we're 1 weight less now since we just used that potion. Gain an additional ration whenever you enter the mushroom grove. Okay, we're going to hang on to this. I also just remembered something. We had the explorer's map. We were supposed to lose 1 less ration when lost in the labyrinth. So I wouldn't have lost 3 health earlier. And then I wouldn't have had to discard my health potion. But you know what? We're just going to roll with it, guys. We're going to roll with it. It is what it is. We're having fun. It's all good. Okay, we'll pick up the field guide, and I'm probably going to drop it for whatever this potion is. An energy potion. I'm just going to drink the energy potion. We'll drink the energy potion. We gain 2 energy. Boom. Cool. And you can do that. You can drink potions immediately when you pick them up, even if the rest of your inventory is full, because that just makes sense. If you found a potion, clearly, you can pick it up and drink it. Okay, cool. And it's part of the rules. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of this card over this way. We took down the fire troll. We're going to add him to our graveyard over here. And we're going to continue on, guys. We're going to continue on to the merchant. Now, it does say that you treat the merchant card as an ambush card. So we're going to go ahead and resolve it. We're getting to attack first. We're going to add the dungeon level of 1 to the health of this Morlock here. So he's going to have 6 HP. It says that you may discard a torch or use a lamp to defeat the Morlock before taking initial damage. We're not going to do that. We don't have either of those items. We get to attack first here. I am going to spend... He's weak to fire. Could spark bomb him, but that's kind of a waste. I'm going to spend... Oh, also, we're ambushing. So with the ambushes in the Howling Abyss dungeon deck, you add 3 to your attack. So we're adding 3. I'm going to spend 1... And we got a 66% shot here, dude. I'm going to spend 1 energy. We need a 3 or better. And we got it with a 6. Let's go, dude. 9 damage. Absolutely clobber the Morlock. Are we one-shotting everything? I think we're one-shotting everything so far. That's amazing. We're going to take down the Morlock here. He's got a treasure class of 1. So we're going to get 1 loot. It is a Mimic. You got to be freaking kidding me, dude. A Mimic pops open. Somehow he's got a Mimic on him. I also really like in Underquest how when you draw the Mimic in situations like this, it gets discarded. You don't actually have to deal with it. Like if you go to the merchant and you pull a Mimic, you don't fight the Mimic. It gets discarded and you draw a card in place of it. That makes way more sense than, you know, the merchant randomly having a Mimic, or in this case, fighting an enemy and he drops a Mimic. Kind of doesn't make sense. If you were to like open a chest or something, yeah, I get it, but anyway, I don't know. It's cool. It's cool. But I do like the way it works better in Underquest. So this guy's got 6 health. You may avoid this conflict by spending a ration. Really funny game. It keeps giving me enemies that I need rations for in order to escape or avoid. We don't have any rations. So we're going to have to fight him. He's going to get to attack first. He does 3 extra damage to his attack. He attacks. Oh my god, he does 5 plus 3 is 8. This game is insanely hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. See, so, you know, I do love this about Iron Helm. Like, I love how hard the game is, but this is something that Jason and I are trying to, or that we have already fixed. It's kind of a thing that I proposed when I was playing the game. Also, several of you guys have left comments on my Underquest video saying, I don't like how you just one-shot everything in the game. And that's kind of how it is in Iron Helm. Like, everything is a glass cannon where you pretty much always one-shot them, or they kill you in like 2 hits and you lose the game. Underquest is also going to feel different from Iron Helm in that regard too. You have more thematic, epic back and forth battles. You're not going to be there sitting there rolling dice forever, rolling back and forth, but you at least get like a couple hits back and forth with the enemies. And sometimes you still do get to, you know, get those one shots on enemies, which is cool. And you know, everything has had its health increased, which has substantially helped with the combat system. And it has completely remedied that situation. And both myself and I know Jason would say the same because he's been chatting with me about it. We're both like, dude, this feels so good. It feels awesome. So yeah, it's feeling really, really good. We're literally like 1 hit from death. I'm going to drink a health potion and gain 4 health. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think that helps kind of, you know, differentiate the games from one another as well. The combat feels different and you don't feel so squishy. It's still very dangerous. I had a game the other day. I died on dungeon level 2. You know what I mean? It's like, it can still happen. You could still get completely wailed on and wrecked. So it can still happen. We're going to attack this guy. I'm going to spend 2 energy and hope for the best here. Odds are in our favor. And oh my god, are they though? I want my experience point tokens, dude, so I can discard one and gain a curse token and re-roll. What is this crap, dude? Oh my god, guys. So brutal. We missed, dude. We rolled doubles and missed, man. The Mimic is going to... This might be the end right here, guys. This might be the end, literally right here. The Mimic attacks. +3 to his attack. +4 is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god, we're at 2 health, dude. We're going to attack again. I'm spending... we already spent this. I'm going to spend 3. We shouldn't have to do this, but I'm doing it. I'm spending 3. We have to kill this thing. Okay. And we managed to do... Oh, wait, did I miss for that attack earlier? Yeah, because I rolled doubles, right? I don't think... Wait, is that even how it works in Iron Helm? Dude, it's been so long. I've been playing so much Underquest. I don't even think that's how it actually works. I think I was supposed to deal 2 damage. Dude, I don't even remember. I don't even remember. That's how freaking long it's been, guys. No, I was supposed to deal 2 damage, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, we hit him for, what, 13 damage right here? We got 13 stakes. He's dead. We took him down. Yeah, man. I need to refresh my memory on that rule. Because in Underquest, when the player rolls doubles also, you miss. But it works differently in that game. The combat works differently. I think it's just when the enemies roll doubles, they miss. We don't miss. I was supposed to hit him for 2 damage then. Oh, well, it's okay. We took him down. So we are going to gain nothing. We gain absolutely nothing. He drops no treasure. We do get him in our discard pile over this way, though, along with the Morlock. So that's 4. We could actually get an agility skill. Do we want any agility skills? We got conceal, shadow. Oh, well. Okay. Yeah. We're going to flip over these 3. And we're going to get Sixth Sense, the most broken skill in the whole game. Once per dungeon level, you may either avoid an ambush, like the magic ring, or reveal both dungeon cards and choose one to resolve, like the lamp. Insane. We're going to get that right there. Also, whenever you are to gain poison, you may choose to lose health equal value instead. I've got to remember that. I've got to try to remember that I've got that. Okay. I also got to remember that I've got the trophy that I could re-roll my dice once per dungeon level, which I probably should have done when I rolled really low. Yeah, oof, guys. Okay, let's keep on going. There's a lot to keep track of. And I'm yapping away. We got an Archangel here, guys. A flash of holy light causes you to freeze. When the brightness fades, you see the form of a woman with large wings. She has come to judge your deeds. Check your placement on the morality track, and then refer to the chart below. So we're at -1. We would lose 1 health. I'm going to push my luck, and I hope I don't regret this. Into the altar. What happens at the altar here? It says if you resolve the altar on this level, you gain a gold in addition to any other reward. Okay, so we're going to gain a gold in addition to whatever else we choose. Sometimes a sanctuary is found in the least expected place. You stumble to the altar and pray for... We could pray for a blessing and gain a blessing token. We could pray for strength and gain 2 energy. We could pray for healing and discard D6 minus D6 poison tokens. We don't have any. Or we could pray for favor and move up 1 on the morality track. You are pretty much never going to choose that. So we're going to pray for strength and gain 2 energy. Like so. Very, very good. And there's only 1 choice left to make here, guys. Let's go ahead and open up this door. We found the campsite. Okay, very cool. You have spotted a relatively quiet location to set up camp. It will not be long before you attract attention to yourself, so choose one of the following actions. We can cook, spend a ration to gain 3 energy. We don't have any rations. Search, gain 1 ration and a gold. Or rest, spend a ration to gain 3 health and lose a poison. Again, we don't have rations. We got to search. We're going to gain a ration and a gold. So we'll gain a ration. We'll gain a gold. Just in time for the end of the level. We would have literally died to hunger. If we didn't have a ration, we would have lost 3 health and died. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle up the dungeon deck. We've made our way through the abandoned mine shaft. That was really cool, dude. That was really, really cool. Let's go ahead and get these nice and mixed. And once again, I am in Underquest mode, so I got to remember all the things you're supposed to do here. Okay, we'll shuffle this up. We have to eat a ration between levels. If we had 2 or more poison, for every 2 poison, we'd gain another poison. We don't have any. We're going to move into level 2 of the dungeon. That is the morality tracker. I think everything else is good. And then we are going to draw and resolve a plot card. And it is the Death Knight. Gain 2 blessing tokens when you defeat the Death Knight. That's something, at least. He's got 14 health. All right, so we're going to give him a 10 and a 4, I guess. I guess he can have the 4. He does 2 damage. Treasure class of 1. He is undead. He's weak to undead or holy. Gain 2 blessings again whenever you defeat the Death Knight, and he's worth 4 icons. But he's going to attack first, guys, and this is probably not great. What does the trophy say? Once per dungeon level, you may reroll all your dice results in combat. Okay, well... it's not looking good. He's going to attack. We're probably going to die. Here we go, guys. It's been fun. Iron Helm is brutally hard. He's going to attack. He's doing +2 damage. He has to roll doubles and miss or we lose the game. He hits us for 4. We're dead. And we lose the game. There it is, guys. There was a playthrough of Iron Helm with Grubrot. This game is brutal. Again, I do love Iron Helm. One of the things about old school Iron Helm is that it is like notoriously difficult because you have to get really lucky. You've got to get really, really, really lucky. And while I do love classic Iron Helm, I prefer Iron Helm with the expansions added in that make it a little bit easier. Even though I do prefer the old school dungeon deck, but I do enjoy the Howling Abyss dungeon deck too. It adds some... it makes the game a little easier. It does make the game a little easier. And it's growing on me. I definitely do enjoy it a lot. But yeah, after playing and not throwing any shade on Iron Helm, I still love Iron Helm. It's absolutely one of my favorite games. After playing Underquest, yeah, man, Underquest is, it feels better paced. It feels like it is paced a lot better. We just got to the end of level 1 and died in Iron Helm, so it's really, really brutal. But the game is still amazing, guys. It is still fantastic. I am not throwing any shade at Iron Helm at all. So if you want to pick up your own copy of the game, highly recommend getting the base game. All of the expansions too. The Iron Chest expansion is an amazing expansion that you could pick up, and there's a bunch of booster pack expansions as well, like the Beasts and Burdens pack that we're using here, the Realms and Relics pack that we're using, the Loot and Lore pack that we're using, the Fanny pack, all of the expansions where you can go into higher level dungeons after your first adventure. I highly recommend all of it, guys. The playmats, everything. It is absolutely incredible. And no, I'm not getting paid to say any of that stuff, guys. That is just my personal opinion. Jason's not like giving me kickbacks for promoting Iron Helm or anything. Like, it's just, I love the game. It is incredible. And if you want to see more of the game, I have a ton of playthroughs on the channel, a bunch of them. There's a playlist full of Iron Helm playthroughs. Feel free to binge those to your heart's content. And we will be back with Grubrot again, guys. We're going to give him another try because he didn't get his fair shake. He died with a boatload of gold in his pockets right there, dude. So there it is, man. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. If you did, hit the thumbs up like button, hit the red subscribe button, and click the bell so you can never miss an upload. And once again, I will have more Iron Helm with our buddy Grubrot coming to the channel very soon. And if you guys have any particular challenges or something like that that you want to see in Iron Helm, be sure to post those down in the comments below and let me know if you're excited for the relaunch of Underquest coming very, very soon. I know I am, and I can't wait to share the updated version of the game with you guys very soon in the near future. So there it is, dudes. Thank you so much for watching, man. Until the next one, have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next video.